Right, good afternoon. So quick introduction to Codex. What we are is we are an IT company, obviously, technology company, and we deliver a solution for commercial finance, supply chain finance, all kinds of commercial lending, and even now consumer lending as well. We are about 500 employees-ish, globe-wide, and split in 10 different offices. We have users for in the banking and financial industry, about 14,000 users globe-wide, again, in about 100 different, companies, entities, in over 40 countries, using the system in about 24 languages. So it's one software package that we've been working on for the last 25 years, and hopefully for the next coming 25 years. And we spend all our energy, time, money to make it always richer and better. And I will explain quickly how later on. And well, for stability, scalability reasons, we are Oracle and IBM certified partners. Again, one software for commercial and supply chain finance. That means we do everything in there from factoring, invoice discounting, supply chain finance, leasing, non-secured loans, and again now, commercial, consumer finance loans as well. The application is made of building blocks. We've been extending it. We started 20-some years ago in debt collection, and we've extended it to financial activities, risk management activities to cover the full scope that I mentioned nowadays. And we always built on that system and make it stronger and richer by putting all our efforts to build a standard, very standard solution. It's a fully standard software package with tons of customization, as I mentioned in a few minutes. Okay, and then ad hoc versioning, this is an important part with all this parameterization and the constant evolution of the system. We deliver to every single one of our customers whatever they need immediately when they need it. They are not constrained to very rigid versioning every 6 months or every 2 years. It's really on the fly. The customer gets the new features delivered on an as-needed basis, and only every 4 or 5 years we deliver a major version which wraps everything up and gets delivered. So the software package itself is made of what we call a base module, which here for commercial supply chain finance, so all financing activities. And it comes with all the business transactions, all the business processes to support the underlying products that our customers are doing with all the communication media. Very important, we have a business process modeling tool in there, so which basically kicks tasks to users only when added value task has to be done by a human being. Otherwise, all the business processes are automated and executed automatically by the system. The visibility on the business processes is implemented via such graphical user interface to represent the business process and modify it. Well, I could say on the fly, but we don't allow that in production, fortunately. Okay, then a modern web portal. That's that's key as well to interact with the customers and hopefully offload a lot of the task and operations to the customer. And well, a business intelligence tool or decisional tool, sorry, for all kinds of reporting, internal reporting, reporting to buyers, suppliers, so all external parties as well, including funding partners. Okay, and so that's basically the out-of-the-box product, and then we have customization capabilities to, modify the parameterization, to modify the behavior of the system, to implement different regulations, because the system being international, it also embeds all the compliance to any regulation in any country where we have customers, or at least where they have operations. Okay. So not only we support those products as independent product, sorry, inventory financing, factoring, receivables financing, payables financing, purchase order financing, etc., but we also support them linked together, one or many steps together in the same contract, in the same agreement with the customer. That's why we say we support the true physical supply chain finance as well. And we have all the transfer mechanism to follow the assets through the chain and adjust the funding accordingly. So very quickly, the bowels of the system, so the inside of the system is to have a common financing engine and with any kind of underlying guarantee or collateral, as we call them on the left-hand side. And regardless of the type of the collateral, it will feed the same financing engine, allowing us to provide to the customers, the customer of our customers, obviously, the aggregated availability, so a pool of money to draw from, regardless of what's the underlying collateral. Of course, the system knows all the details about the underlying collateral to be able to track their value and to track the risk on those assets and remove the eligibility for funding whenever the functional situation justifies it. And that's a very, very powerful engine because it allows us also to create a funding product on any other type of collateral popping up now and in the future. Okay, from an operation standpoint, I won't list all that. Basically, we support everything from onboarding the customer to billing whenever appropriate, charging costs, doing all the funding activities, and if things do go wrong, then chasing the money back, either from the buyers or from the suppliers, going legal, interacting with credit insurers, with lawyers, etc. And again, this red circle is important. Most of that is totally automated, and we just send tasks to human beings when a human being has to do something in the system. System is fully multi-currency, multi-product, multi-jurisdiction, well, multi-languages, of course, and so on. For the web portal itself, this is important. It goes beyond customers. It also allows to interact with service providers like, well, credit insurers, collection agencies, funding partners, very important for syndicated deals or shared risk, funding risk or credit risk. Then whenever there are additional banks involved in the deal or any type of funders, like private funders, investment funds and so on, they can also have a view on the accounts and have some level of interaction on the accounts. Okay, now I will quickly show a little animated demo of the system. It's going to be fairly quick, so I will say a few words each time. So that's, again, it's one product. So we start with, oops. Okay, we start with a single Sorry about that. Okay, I will put it there then. Okay, so this is for single invoice discounting. Again, it's one and the same software package, one and the same product, but we put different front end and, more importantly, a different skin on the front end depending on the product. This one is for single invoice discounting, selection of the invoices, the cost, how much the final customers will receive. Again, fully over the web. It's when they repay the invoices, they can choose when they want to repay the funding back. They're going to say if they repay earlier, if they wait the initial funding date, etc. Buyer access, so in like a reverse program, the buyer sees a global view on all the participants in the program, can upload data, so basically invoices payable. And here we see there will be a preview of the file that was loaded, capability to do maker checker thing, so in the buyer's organization, one can load, the other one validates. This one is for dynamic discounting, so the buyers will load invoices and benefit from better payment terms, depending on whether or not the suppliers need the early payments. And here the buyer sees what are the conditions for every single supplier involved in that program. Okay. Okay, now we have a supplier access, same thing, supplier logging in to benefit from funding. So this graphical view there aims at, the green part is what the customer can benefit from. They're digging on these accounts. The supplier sees what's available, what's not available, why it's not available, how much they can draw right now. They have multiple accounts, multiple products, multiple currencies. They have an aggregated view. Again, they have all the data loading capability, aging balance. So this one is not the aging balance yet. Okay. Okay, this is for requesting funding, so selection of invoices. Again, for every single invoice, the customer sees how much cost, fees they're going to pay on that invoice, so how much they're going to get eventually. And so the aging balance, something about graphical representation, table representation. And again, for dynamic discounting, there is the same idea. They see how the value of the receivable is going to evolve and how much they're going to get if they request funding now, and that means also how much it's going to cost them. So this is again to provide a lot of flexibility to the customer to manage also their treasury situation. And okay, which one is this? Yeah, last but not least, the capability to push reports to the customers, so they avoid asking reports. So they have like a wish list of reports they can generate on the fly over the web, so they can be very, well, let's say, nice-looking reports like this, or they can be raw data like Excel, CSV, to then be uploaded in their own systems. So that just to give you a feel of how much we've put in that one system to, well, to be flexible enough to support just any commercial finance and lending products that the financial institutions are, well, proposing to their customers, and interact from the web with the customers to all internal operations to the funding partners when the deal is actually shared. The risk of funding and credit is actually shared with other financial institutions. And I do understand this is way too quick and to get a full understanding of what we do, but it's just to give you a feel. And well, since we sit in the exhibition hall, don't hesitate to stop by if it's relevant. Thank you.